it's Mare, and today we are going to be talking about my 2025 goals while recycling some duplicate albums I have into cards for trades. This is your warning if you don't like albums being destroyed and torn apart to not watch. Click off the video. These are my extra duplicate albums, and instead of throwing them away and creating a lot of waste, or letting them collect dust, I choose to do this, which I think is really cute, okay? But if you have a problem with it, because I have received comments like this before in the past that don't like it, just click off. Don't even leave a comment. Just continue on about your day as if you didn't stumble across this video. I think now, like, in the most like recent years, it's gotten better because I think it's like more of the norm to recycle albums for binder covers and cards. But when I used to do this on TikTok, like a lot of people would be upset. So I just don't really want those comments. So yeah, anyways, we are going to be talking about my 2025 goals. I know it's almost March. 3 months into the year already is mind blowing. I don't even know where the time has gone, but I'm specifically going to talk about my goals pertaining to my collection and concerts. I'm not really going to share like personal resolutions or anything, but I actually did those this year. I made a collage and I wrote down like some of the things that I really want to focus on. So I felt pretty accomplished one night when I was doing that. But this is going to be more of a relaxed, chatty kind of video. I did film this separately because there was no way I was going to be able to focus on trying to create cards and also fully talk about my like goals for this year. So we're doing a voiceover. That's kind of like the new norm around here is film now, voiceover later. Oh, I do want to say that I am making like really small cards this time around. I usually like a 5x7 card. They're so nice, so big. But you can only make one card out of a full size paper. So I caved. I started making smaller cards. I did make a few big cards though. I don't know if I filmed it. Um, but I did make a few bigger ones because of larger inclusions. They're easier to pack there. But yeah, I just made smaller cards. It was so hard to like do like a collage, I guess, for smaller cards because I'm used to having so much more space. So you could kind of see the struggle in a lot of these. Like a lot of these pictures are best for like the bigger cards, but it's okay. It's a learning process. I got there. We have enough. But yeah, I wanted to make some cards because I ran out completely of cards. Well, I guess I had some Monsta X and I think like Itsy, but I kind of like using the group that I'm trading for cards. I think it's like fun. It's nice. So we're making some more. We're replenishing our stock because finding tag accounts for trading has been a real game changer the last few weeks. So I definitely need cards if I'm gonna continue to collecting because I so far have been just sending out blank pieces of card stock as the card and it's not cute anymore. So yeah, we are struggling, but we did it. Anyways, moving on to my which one should we do first? Concert or collection? Let's go with concert since it's kind of a smaller bullet point than the collection. The collection's kind of I have a lot of stuff written for that. But for concerts, my biggest point this year is to see groups I haven't seen before, which is so hard because lately everybody has been making their tour announcements and it's just I can't go or like I could if I want to, but I'm trying to stay like really strong about my goal. And yeah, I want to save for a new PC because my PC is like she's not doing too well these days. And I also want a new car, maybe, possibly, I'm not too sure. Either a new car or to fix my AC because for like the last few years I haven't had AC in my car. So those are like the two main reasons why I'm trying to dial it back when it comes to going to concerts this year, maybe possibly next year too. Um, but my exceptions for this is I'll go see a group again that I've seen before if I absolutely could not miss it. Example, Monsta X. They might tour this year. I don't know if they actually will, maybe, but if they do, I'm absolutely going. Have I seen them before? Yes, numerous amounts of times, but I cannot miss it. So if Monsta X were to announce a tour right now, 100% I would be going. Stray Kids, I had to turn Stray Kids down. I'm kind of not too much in the delusion right now that they're gonna go to Vegas and have an encore show. But if the timing's right and they do have an encore show in Vegas, I think I might go to that one. I think I might do it. Um, the two groups that I have that I like absolutely want to see is ITZY. I was gonna go last year, but I decided not to go. I would have gone by myself, and Leah wasn't there. And although I love, love, love the girls, um, I wasn't sure if I would go see them again this year or like the next time that they toured. So I just decided to wait to see if like maybe the one time I could see them would be with all five of the members. So if ITZY were to announce something, I definitely would want to go. I would try to make it work. Um, and I also wrote down 17 would be nice too. My friend and I have been trying so hard. Well, not trying so hard because we definitely could have made it to the past few tours, but we keep saying like every year, oh, we should go to the 17 tour. We should go to 17. And then we never do. Like, I don't know what's up with that, but this year, I think we've both agreed that if 17 announced something, we would be going to it, which would be really nice. They were one of the first groups that we both got into together, so it'd be really cool. A group that I don't have on this list, though, that I am going to see is One We. They announced their tour, and shout out Leo Presents. They are coming to Arizona, which I kind of figured they were going to come because I was looking at the other tours Leo Presents was hosting, like Purple Kiss, and I think Once? Were they on tour? I'm not too sure. Um, but I was looking at a bunch of the other tours that they have, and all the groups stopped in Arizona, and they had a pretty big selection for the US stops, so I had a pretty good feeling. However, if they didn't stop in Arizona, I definitely would have been driving myself to California. Um, Thankfully, I am also not going to this concert alone. My friend who isn't really into K-pop, like she loves Twice, she loves Blackpink. I think she loves a few other girl groups, but she doesn't really like know a lot of groups. But bless her, she said yes to coming with me. She actually went with me to go see VAV last year, and she didn't even know them. She listened to a few songs and said, I'm in. And she did the same thing with One Week. Get you a friend that will literally just go to a concert with you to go to a concert with you. I love her. Love her, love her, love her. We got the VIP tickets. I kind of wanted to do the fan sign, but I don't know if this is weird. But like I don't want to meet them. I had the same feeling with VAV. Like I don't know what to do. Like when you get there and like you have to talk to them, what do you talk about? Like I know that everybody says it goes so fast, it goes so fast, but like what do you do in that time? What do you talk about? And then I also didn't want her to either one sit around and wait for me to do the fan sign or also do the fan sign with a group that she's not familiar with. So we're just gonna do the VIP package, which is a high touch, the wretched group photo. I think sound check and early entry and all that. So I'm really excited. It's in May and it's gonna be so hot, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a nice time. And then I also put ATs if they come to Arizona. It's been 2 years since I've seen ATs. I love I love them so much. So if they come back to Arizona, I'll probably go see them again. The last two tours, they've stopped here. I think the last two. The first year, the last one they came here. But if they were to come back again, I definitely would make the exception. It's definitely a lot easier to go see a group when they're in your own state. Well, I'll say that with like a little hesitation because for me, whenever the groups come to Arizona, I live pretty close to wherever they're gonna have their shows, unless it's like Tucson. For some reason, I saw somebody go to Tucson. Usually the concerts are close, so there's no extra commitments of needing to travel and stay somewhere. So that's really nice if my groups come to me. So yeah, that's pretty much my concert goals for this year. I'm not too sure if there's like other groups that right now like I would need to see like 1817 in 1 week. Um, I don't really think there is. I'll see it when that tour announcement comes and I'm like, I have to go. I gotta go. I'm so sad though because I wasn't able to go see Kino and Wonho when they were coming. They both didn't come to a stop near me. I would have had to go to LA for it, but my work is busy. The last business day and the first business day of the month are like an important day for me to like be working. I have to run end of month reports. I work in accounting. Um, and I couldn't make it. One how I couldn't make it because it was in December, and December is kind of like a no off month because it's our busiest time of the year. And then Kino, his LA stop was January 31st. And we, on top of end of month, we had physical inventory and accounting runs the inventory. So, like, I had to be there. And it was just so, so sad. And that's also part of the reason why I'm not gonna see Stray Kids, is because they're coming to Texas and California, like, sort of at the beginning of May. And I don't think like I could make it because of end of the month, which is so sad. I've never had problems going to concerts with my work except for lately, and that's so gross. It's so disgusting. One week is on May 1st, but they're here, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm gonna ask to like leave early that day anyways, because for VIP you need to be there by 4. um, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it. That's my goals pretty much for concerts. I'm just trying to be strong and pick and choose who I want to see. It's only temporary, is what I'm telling myself. I just want to get money for, I just want to save money for a better PC because those really get expensive. And to either fix my car or get a new car. I'm still not sure which one I'm gonna get, but that also is a lot of money. So we're just gonna be a little picky right now. And then once I have AC, I could take that car anywhere or a new car. I could go anywhere to go see the groups that I want to go see. I could go back to Texas. I haven't been to Texas in a few years. That would be really nice. For my collection, my goal this year is to keep my collection organized and clean, have all my binders updated and maintained, get a new shelf and redo like the shelf itself, like how I have everything um, set up, and keep it dusted because I live in Arizona. It gets dusty. I also have 3 cats and a dog. So when you get lazy and in a mood, sometimes it just gets away from you and it's like really, really dusty and it's really bad. So That's part of my goal this year is just to stay on top of my cleaning and making sure everything just stays nice. I have a really bad habit of making my room get messy, and it's not fun. Usually, when it's like really messy, I don't like filming in there. I don't like being in there. My sister moved out, so I moved into her bedroom, and then my old room has my collection and everything in it. So like that's really nice to have everything separated. But because I'm not in there all the time, sometimes I'll just let things get piled up. I'll let boxes pile up, I'll let albums. If I make a mess while doing trades or opening mail, I'll leave it there, which is such a bad habit. I sometimes I'm like really good about cleaning up after myself right away, and then other times I'm just like, no, I'll do it later. I get busy and then I never go back. So that's the main goal for this year. Keeping all binders maintenance. I don't think these goals are really in any particular order. I was making this at I think like 11 p.m. one night. So they're kind of just in the order that it came to my mind. But the first one I have is complete all binder maintenance. Last year, I started doing a series of binder maintenance, and it was making the binders look pretty. It was creating fillers for any missing photo cards that I had, making fillers for larger inclusions if there was like space, if they didn't fill the pocket up right. Um, so that's like the biggest goal because I stopped doing it. I think I went on a trip in October and then I went into season, and usually once I get to season it's so hard to do anything besides work and sleep. So I want to get back into that. I don't know which groups I'm gonna start off with first. Usually I do them, well, I try to do them when a new comeback is coming. And right now, none of the groups besides One We that I collect are coming back. Potentially Stray Kids might have a comeback next year or next year next month. That's what the streets are saying after the like the roadmap. What is it called? The teaser for the year or whatever, the that video. Um yeah. So, if Stray Kids is having a comeback, I'll probably clean up their binder because I need to split them from Itsy, and I printed like all the fillers that I have for Changbin, Sungmin, and Jungin, but I never I never separated them. I never cleaned them. So, yeah, I have quite a bit that I need to work on. Pretty much all my groups besides Pentagon and One Way. Well, VAV and TXT are pretty good as well. I don't need to do anything with that. But every single one of my binders needs some love. It needs some help. But part of the reason why I'm also like a little hesitant on it is because I don't know how I want certain binders to look. So yeah, so I just need to like sit down with my thoughts someday. Next point is keep binders organized. Oh, following that, it's also keep binders organized and cleaned. So once they are maintenance, keep up with the upkeep. Keep it up. Don't let it get back to how it was. Which I feel like I've been doing a good job with that for groups like Pentagon and One We. Although Pentagon really hasn't had much comebacks, they've had solos, and I feel like I've kept up with making them stay nice. And One We as well, One We hasn't turned into a mess. So I feel like once we just get everything organized, it'll look pretty. It'll be nice. We just have to get there. That's the problem. Next up, we have get a new shelf and organize album collection. Keep it dusted and do not let albums pile up, put away once they are received. I ran out of space on my bookshelf. I have four bookshelves, two large ones, and then two skinny ones. I don't have space for them. I do have the bottom shelf on, I think the two big ones are like empty, but it's because I have my cats running around. Those bottom shelves tend to get messier really quickly, so I don't like putting stuff there. And also my baby cat, my little cat, he's not really a kitten, but he still is very into mischief. He would play on the bottom shelf, and I'm scared that he might mess something up, so I don't really put stuff there. But I did run out of space like everywhere else. So I did purchase a new bookshelf. My big bookshelves are from Walmart. They're the Mainstay 5 shelf bookshelf. They're like only $30, so that's really nice. And they're really easy to install. So I did pick up a bookshelf last weekend. I just need to find time to, one, clean my room so I can build the shelf, and then have time to reorganize all of my albums, which is such a daunting task. There are so many of them, but there are certain groups where they just don't fit on the shelf anymore. ATs has definitely, like, I cannot fit anything on, and I've been such in denial for the last few comebacks that they can fit. They can't. I think Stray Kids is running out of space. So yeah, I have to extend groups into a new shelf, which is fun, but also like I need to figure out the layout in my mind. I feel like I overthink a lot of these things, and I probably don't need to. Like, I just need to do the act and get it over with. But one of my biggest problems when I do get new albums is I don't put them away. I let them pile up because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll film a video putting away like new albums, but then they just grow on my desk, and then I move them to an empty shelf, and now I have a shelf full of albums that are not in the right spot. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So, my goal is once I get my shelves organized the way I like it, when I get a new album, I'll film myself like putting it away, and I'll just pile up the clips until I have enough for like a video. But now they're not going to be sitting on my desk or the shelf waiting for that moment, and it's just done. That's the goal. So yeah. Oh, also keep it dusted. I'm like really trying so hard to keep clean in my space, so I'm gonna try to keep it dusted, looking clean. As if somebody was gonna come in. That's like my vision for that room is keep it clean as if I were to have an unexpected visitor and they want to see that room. Like that's at any given moment, it's like clean for visitors. For visitors that are not gonna come. So the next thing on the list is a goal that kind of hurts, but it must be done. And that's just stop buying multiple albums, get a set to collect and maybe an extra for cards, but focus on buying the rest from Pokemarket or Buyee. Yeah. I have a problem buying multiple albums. It's not really a problem. It's for collecting purposes, but sometimes it does get out of hand when buying extras albums. Um, Depending who I collect or how many members I collect is how I'll buy albums. So for Stray Kids, I collect 3 members, and if you only get like a couple photo cards per album, I'll get more albums to buy or like to be able to trade and collect the cards that I need. Um, but sometimes it's just not worth it. Sometimes it does make sense though. So I think the way I'm gonna go about this is if the amount of photo cards in an album exceeds the price of the album itself, I'll buy an extra copy. So for example, because I don't think I really explained that right at all or cohesively. But for example, so for One We, their newest album, it's kind of like a digipack album. It has 3 photo cards. I collect all 5 members. So to me, the album itself is $15, and I wouldn't spend, if I'm thinking about this correctly. Oh, also there's stickers involved. So I'm collecting 4 things from this album. I like to stay around $5 when buying photo cards. However, that's just really not, I think, realistic these days. I haven't bought photo cards from resellers in a while, but I kind of like to stay around $5. So for 3 photo cards, that's already $15. That's the price of an album. Um, Plus the stickers, which the stickers probably wouldn't go more than $5. I think they are member specific, but usually inclusions like that is a little bit cheaper. So I'd probably say like 3, but I also think I'm being very unrealistic. I think I'm doing wishful thinking right now. So that would be $18 versus $15. So for this, I would rather, I feel like I'm doing girl math. I'd rather spend the $15 to buy this album, directly support the group, and then try to trade for what I need, or sell what I have left over and then just buy, I guess. Which also then that defeats the purpose because I'm buying. But I would rather just try to trade, especially with finding out about tag accounts. I feel like it's a lot easier to trade for things now. But I really do enjoy trading, so that's probably why I would also prefer to buy the extra albums. But say a regular album, like the other full size album that they have that they came out with, it's only 2 photo cards for that album, I believe. Let me double check. It's $20. That's a steal. You only get 2 photo cards for $20. And there is like photo props that I would probably, I want to collect as well because they're member specific. But I'm only willing to spend about like $10, $13, 15, probably 15 at most for all 3 inclusions. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to buy the album. I might as well just buy the cards I'm missing. However, because it's One We, I think I'm gonna buy the album itself. But this is more for groups that I don't fully, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to justify it. I feel like I'm trying to justify to you my spending. Well, and to myself, I suppose. But yeah, if I don't need to buy an extra set of albums, I won't. Stray Kids, for example, although like lately they've kind of been a little stingy on the amount of photo cards they have. Sometimes they're really good about it, and sometimes they're not. But Stray Kids are really easy to buy photo cards for. I usually don't have a problem finding them on like Buy and stuff. So for Stray Kids, I'd probably buy a set, maybe buy a couple, like 1 or 2 to have for pops. But other than that, I'd probably just buy it. I know that I put Pokemarket on here, but I don't think we stand Pokemarket anymore. So I'd probably just be looking on Buy themselves. But I'm also a little nervous about Buy because we just had that little scare with the post office and customs and China, even though this isn't coming from China. But the customs fees, ooh, that's a little scary. I don't want to like leave something in the Bayou warehouse and then have to pay like an astronomical amount of money to get it through customs. I'm just like not prepared for that. But for Pokemarket, I don't think we stand. I was watching One Haid, Carolyn, and it was a video from a few months ago, and she said she wouldn't even name them. This is like some ooh, I feel like we're gossiping now. No, but it's serious. It's serious. Calm down. Um she was saying, I think she was doing a Pokemarket haul, and she was like, "This is the last one. I'm not buying from them anymore." And then I went to the comments because I was like, "Well, what happened? Like, I want to know because I actually really like Pokemarket. Like it was really easy to buy stuff." Um, but according to her comments, they ghosted her and a few other content creators when they did sponsor videos for them and they wouldn't pay them. And then they started using their content without their permission and paying them for it. I don't know if they ever got their money for the content and the sponsored posts that they made, but I don't like that. I don't like that. You don't do that to people like promoting your business. So, although it doesn't really affect me, I don't like that and I don't want to support that. So, I think we're just gonna stay away from Poke Market for now. I only did two orders from them, and although everything went smoothly for me, I just don't support that if you're not supporting the people that you contracted. Like you're not upholding your end of the deal and like that. So we're probably just gonna stay with Bai right now. I wanted to do a video or not a video. I wanted to make a Bai order, but I've been too busy, so I haven't had time to look. Because I feel like you have to like invest a little bit of time when on Bai. So I haven't made an order yet, but I might do it. My birthday's coming up, so it might be a little birthday present to me. Moving on from that, the next point is get rid of extra albums. They take up too much space. Make cards, binder covers, etc. Just get them out. Um, as we're doing right now, we're making cards, but I have so much extra albums, which is part of the reason why I made my previous goal of to stop buying multiple albums because I wasn't keeping up with what I had in terms of getting rid of them. So they've outgrown the drawer that I put them in, and it's just like too much. So I think that's like if I were to keep up with the extra albums that I have, it would be like a little bit more okay. Also comes down to like I said, money. We're trying to save money this year. So buying extra copies of albums eats away at that. So yeah, I have like one of those, I don't know what they're called. The drawers on wheels, like the plastic drawers. I have one of those. It's like five drawers. It's filled deep with albums, like so many. And when I'm looking at them, they're really old albums, so I feel like I've gotten better at this. Although when I was looking at the albums on my desk, I saw a lot of Stray Kids Hop albums, which I don't even know how that happened because when did I buy so many? I don't remember buying all of those, but there's so many. One Way is probably the biggest culprit of having multiple albums. But like I said, they usually have a lot of photo cards or the inclusions that to me it justifies buying the album and trading rather than buying the photo cards I'm missing. So that's kind of why. However, I don't do a lot of trading with One Way, so their stuff tends to back up more than the others. I don't really like that, so I'm trying. I did a few days after this video, I like was sitting at my desk in my bedroom watching YouTube videos and I was like, wait, I could be making cards right now. So I was able to get rid of a few albums that way and that made me feel really good. So I'm just gonna keep doing that in my spare time when I'm just sitting at the desk needing to be productive. I'm just gonna keep doing that so that way, one, I'm not behind on cards, two, we're keeping the area clear of duplicate albums. And there's also a few binder covers that I also want to make. So I need to get on that. Oh no. Oh no. I wanted to make a binder cover, and I used all the pages from the last Twice album that I had. Uh-oh. I don't think I even have another duplicate Twice album, which is good, but also, uh-oh. I didn't buy any duplicate albums from their last from Strategy. So, anyways, we're besides the point. But yeah, I just need to stay on top of it, get them out of here. It would feel so nice to get rid of the sliding drawers that I have full of albums. That would feel really nice when I get rid of them. Oh, also, if you're questioning why I don't sell them, I hate selling albums. I've done it a couple of times, and it's just so annoying packing them and making sure that they like ship and get to the destination safely. I hate doing it. And also it's a lot harder. Well, I don't know if it's like harder recently these days with a lot of people wanting to do their own like collages with extra albums, but it used to be really hard to sell albums in my personal experience. So I just don't like them. The post would stay on my account for like so long, and I'd sell like maybe one or two albums, and I used to sell them like really cheap. So this is just like the best use that I found with my extra albums. So yeah, although selling them would be nice, it's just not worth the headache in my opinion. So I'd rather do this. My second to last point, we're almost there, we're almost done, is complete Pentagon collection? Question mark? Not too sure. I Honestly, I have a pretty good dent of my Pentagon collection, kind of complete. When I was moving it into the new binder, I think at that time I only had 100 cards for Pentagon, like the group themselves. Obviously, now with Hui Solo and Kinos, because I collected everything for Jinho's solo, it's a little bit more now. But for Pentagon themselves, it was only 100, and I've traded like a few cards since then, so it's definitely gotten lower. I think this year could be the year that we get either close to finishing or actually finishing that collection. It would be exciting and sad though, because I love Pentagon. I love them with all of my heart. I miss them so much. Um, but they do keep hinting that the end of 25 20. Oh my god, I don't know how to speak anymore. They keep hinting that at the end of 2025 they might make a comeback, they might get together again. um so I need to be prepared for that. I welcome it, I would love it, but I definitely want to get a big chunk of that collection done. Because it's I think it's one of the collections that I'm the closest to finishing. And then my last point is to start collecting OT5 ITZY question mark. I'm not too sure. I don't know. But for like the last year or two, I've really wanted to collect all of ITZY, and especially since moving One Weed to a 10 pocket page, kind of want to do the same thing with ITZY. I love my Leah collection. I love how it looks, but I do love collecting the other girls. If I have extra cards, I love to collect a set or two for them. So, I don't know. I feel like it would be so much fun. The problem is for me, I want to collect all the members for the groups that I collect, but I know that that would be such a financial problem. I don't know if I'm willing to do that right now. I don't think I'm ready to do that in this moment. So this one's pretty much like a big question mark. Because like although it would be fun to like keep going back and collecting, like when there's a new comeback, I don't know how I would focus on that and mm, not like go crazy and buy so many albums. I think like I would always be back collecting. Like I'd probably focus Leah and then after that go back and collect the other girls. So it's not even just ITZY. Like if I were to do that with any other group, I feel like it would be so hard. Um but yeah, I'm not too sure, but it is a question mark. I also kind of want to collect. I was gonna put on here that I wanted to collect like a girl group, but I also don't want to just put that to put that because then I feel like I might just start collecting a group because it's on a goal, and I don't really want to do that. I want to collect a group that I like want to actually collect and love. Like I started collecting Ning Ning, but I really haven't kept up with it, and I don't feel left out or like I'm missing it as bad as that sounds. I just don't feel anything towards that collection. I love the girls. I love listening to their albums and their comebacks, but I don't feel anything when like I'm looking at her collection and like, "Oh my God, I'm getting so far behind. I haven't collected since this era." So, I don't know. I think aespa might just be a group that I keep pools, like ATs. But I'm not too sure. I've also like really, really gotten into IVE lately. And I've been thinking about that. Like, maybe I'll collect IVE, but also, oh, I don't want to get into another star shit group. Same thing with Idol. I've loved Idol since their debut, and I don't know why I don't even collect them, but do I want to get into another cube group? Ugh, I don't know. But they did extend their contract, so I feel like that would be a fun group to get into. I think right now though, I just really want to focus on getting my collections that I already have going in order. But like also like I don't know. I don't know how people do it. Like they have so many collections going on. I feel like I have no collection. I collect Jisoo, like out of the groups that I actually like buy albums for, I only collect for Jisoo, Pentagon, Monsta X, ITZY, Stray Kids, One Way, oh TXT. Uh, VAV is an active right now. Maybe I'm missing some. Oh, Dreamcatcher. I guess like that's eight. That's a lot of collections. But I just feel like sometimes people like, and I'm not comparing myself because that the comparison is the thief of joy. But like sometimes I just want to collect like a lot of groups like people do, but then I feel like, oh, I need to just focus on the groups that I have. So part of this year is really to just focus on my collection, get it kind of caught up in a spot that I'm happy with, and then maybe introduce some new groups to the collecting roster. I also just like the last year or so, because like I'm starting to collect older groups. Ugh, I hate saying that, but they're a little inactive. So I feel like I have a lot of downtime with collecting, which has also been nice financially. But it gets a little boring. Like you're just waiting for a comeback from like some groups. Like Monsta X, they're in the military, although Jihyun just came back. And we're only missing Kyungwon now. Um, they're a little slow. There's nothing being produced right now. TXT like come back once a year, I feel like at this point. Um so yeah, I just feel like all of my groups come back at the same time and then they leave me for months. So it would be nice to have like a group to collect when they're not here. But then I also guess I could just be working on their collections while they're away, like a smart person would probably do, but it's okay. It's okay. I definitely do want to focus on getting Monsta X completed. That's the one binder maintenance that I'm so afraid of doing. I do, I don't know if anybody's listening and made it this far, um, but if you have used Meow Cafe 7 pocket sleeves, please let me know your reviews and your thoughts because I'm so tempted on buying those sleeves for OT7 Monsters, but I just don't know like if they're I know they're good because they're Meow Cafe, but like do you notice any slouching in the corners or curling in the corners because it's empty space. And I feel like sometimes when there's empty space, like binder pages curl or slouch, and that might just be like thinner pockets, and Meow Cafe is kind of thick. So I feel like it really wouldn't be a problem, but I'm scared of that. I'm really scared of that. Um I would put cardstock in that empty space, but I don't know if it would be much of a help. But I think it looks really nice. I saw somebody putting away their photo cards and I think they had I don't know who they had actually. I'm not even gonna say. I was gonna say NCT, but I don't think it was NCT. I have no idea. It was a boy group, but I have no idea who it was. I think it was one of the newer boy groups. It looked really nice. I really liked it, and I think it would look really good for my OT7 Monster X collection, but I also feel like I'm hesitant. But I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it. When I do the Monster X maintenance video, I'll probably buy that, but oof, the Monster X binder maintenance video would be so time consuming. Pentagon took me 3.5 hours. I feel like Monster X would take so much longer because that binder needs absolutely all the help it needs. It has it's like bursting. I have a 3-inch binder and it's bursting at the seams. So it's like one of the most daunting projects on my list that I'm so scared to do, but I know that it would be so like freeing. I'm really looking forward to this year of trying to be mindful about my collection and keeping everything up to date and clean. Um, since I'm not going to some of these concerts, I'll have some extra time on my hands to dedicate to binder maintenance and album organizations. That's pretty much it K-pop wise. I think I'll touch a little bit on my personal goals. So if you don't really care to listen to that, thank you so much for watching. And if you care to listen, my goals really outside of collecting in K-pop is just to take care of myself. I want to work on my outer appearance as well as like my inner health. Um, I feel like I've gotten really comfortable in just not doing my hair, just wearing t-shirts and biker shorts. So I'm trying to make it like my mission this year to start doing fun hairstyles again, find a style and like I really love clothes, but I'm not I don't know how to say this without like feeling like I'm talking mean or down to myself, but I don't feel really confident in like clothes that are not t-shirts and shorts right now. Um, so I'm trying to work on that and also like working out. Before my trip in October, I was really like I had a steady schedule of working out 3 to 4 times a week. I think I was almost going 5 days a week. Working out from home though, I don't do that at the gym. The gym makes me nervous. I noticed that I wasn't really bloating and I didn't feel very uncomfortable in my skin. And I usually wake up with bloating, or if I eat something, I just feel like I bloat. So when I was working out consistently, I felt like I was never bloating. And that was such a nice thing. Like, even if I ate out, the next day I didn't feel like I was bloating or like bogged down by it. So I definitely want to try to get back into that. I feel like I'm slowly easing into it. I'm working at about I'm working out about 2 to 3 times a week. Um, but yeah, I'm doing good about that. And then I also want to get back into meal prepping because meal prepping is such a lifesaver for me. And yeah, it just makes everything better. I also want to try to keep up with some hobbies this year. I have a really bad habit. I'm just like airing out all my bad habits really this video. Um, but I sit at my computer all day. If I'm at work, I'm sitting in front of a computer and then I come home and I sit in front of it some more, which I feel like is very, I don't know. Maybe it's not. But I feel like that's the very normal for most people these days is to just be in front of a screen. Um, so finding new hobbies to do that's not sitting at the computer and being drawn in social media is something that like I want to keep doing. I got into punch needling and crocheting last year, so I kind of want to keep doing it. Well, the crocheting I think I started this year. But I want to do that. I'm also trying to limit like my gaming slash live streaming uh hobby. I don't really know if you can consider it a hobby. But sometimes like I could play a video game for hours at a time and that's just not good. Like I need to learn how to cut it off. And then for Twitch, I also really like there's a few streamers that I love to watch. But I need to just learn to like not sit there for the whole stream. Um so yeah, I have been getting better about that. There's two streamers that I mod for. One of them streams during my work day, so that feels like perfect. Like I'm just watching them while I'm working, so I don't really feel like that's an interruption to my life. But the other person streams when I'm out of work to basically when I go to bed. And towards like December-ish, I really just felt like I wasn't doing anything besides like work and Twitch. And like it's fun hanging out with these people and like the little community, but I gotta think about myself because, like, I'm also letting YouTube slip and my content on TikTok and other things slip. So, the last month, I've been pretty good about the evening stream. I'll like put them up on my side monitor while I'm still working and just chatting a little bit and then just like lurking in the background. And I feel like that's made me a lot more motivated in taking care of like my other priorities in life. So I'm definitely learning how to reel myself back. And also for games, I kind of want to like find a new game. My game that I've been playing for the last few years is Dead by Daylight. And although it's really fun, I just feel like I'm kind of coming to the end of my DBD phase because like ever since probably like high school, I feel like I get into a game and I like obsess over that game and then I'm over it and I'm on to the next one. Like I don't know how to be a variety gamer or just game for a few hours and call it a day. Like Minecraft was pretty much like my first obsession game. I played that for so long and then I got into GTA. I played that for so long and then I got into DBD and here's where we're at. So I feel like a new game is on the horizon, but I'm not too sure what it is. So I really want to get into that. And then I guess circling it back to social media, I have some social goals that I want to complete, which is kind of weird because I try to not have goals when it comes to like follower and number counts. But this year I kind of want to push myself to it. So I don't think I'll share like the exact numbers, but for YouTube and TikTok, if TikTok does stay around, I have a set number that I want to hit of subscribers and followers by the end of the year. Um, YouTube so far has been looking pretty good. TikTok, I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's because like it was banned and now it's like coming back, but I feel like I've been bleeding followers on TikTok, so I'm not too sure if I'm gonna hit my goal for that, but it's still early on in the year. But I want to work on being consistent with uploading and upload at least, this is gonna sound like so little, but upload at least twice a month for YouTube. Um, Sometimes I just get into the habit of like not posting. Maybe I'll post once or no times during a month. And that's like really bad. So I want to at least post twice a month. Weekly would be preferable, but sometimes I just don't feel like I have the content for weekly videos, and that's okay. So hopefully just like twice a month will do. For TikTok, I kind of want to get back into uploading 3 to 4 times a week. I was doing like my best on TikTok in 2023, and I was uploading almost daily, and I feel like I've fallen off since then. In 2024, I didn't really post too much. Like I was posting a lot, but not as like not daily. So right now, I just have 3 to 4 times a week, but if possible, I would love to start uploading daily again. I just don't know what kind of content to make right now. So yeah. And then also I want to try out Instagram Reels. I usually don't like watch any reels or anything like that, but I know it's good for content. So I think I'll push myself to upload to Instagram Reels. My only problem is that I don't know. Obviously, I wouldn't put the content on my trading Instagram. Personally, that's like a really like a pet peeve of mine is when you follow a trading account and then their content, like videos about their collection, gets pushed to you. It's like I followed you because I want to see what you're trading and selling. I don't want to see your content. Like it fills up my feed that's already messy with content that respectfully I don't want to see when I'm on this page. So I wouldn't put it on my trading Instagram, but I do have like my personal, in quotation marks, personal Instagram. I feel like I would want to put it there, but also one of my goals is to start posting on Instagram. So I don't know if I want like my personal, like if I were going to Disneyland, like do I want my trip videos right next to like putting away photo cards or like doing an unboxing? Like, I don't know if that would make sense, but then I also don't want to make a separate account for like trips and personal posts. So like I feel like I'm overthinking it, but like it's actually really stopping. That's like honestly I should have just put a goal in like bold and all capital letters. Stop overthinking. Just do it. So yeah, I don't know. The Instagram thing, I'm not too sure about. And then my last like big goal this year that I really, 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 really want to attempt to hit is YouTube partner. I've been doing YouTube since 20, oh, I don't even remember. It was like while I was still in high school, maybe even middle school. I'd probably say like 2012. If I have to give it a year, I think I'll say that. But I've been on YouTube since 2012. The videos are private since then. So I would love to try to hit YouTube partner this year. I think that would be such a big goal. Because in my like past me would have like loved it. I feel like it's silly, but like back then I used to want a play button so bad. They've updated how the play buttons look, and I feel like they don't look as cool as they used to, but secretly like that's a goal. That's a goal of mine. I want to hit YouTube partner. I don't know if I could like have enough subscribers to get a play button based off of like the content that I'm posting now, which I'm totally okay with, but I think it would be like cool to just hit YouTube partner as a first step and go from there. But that's enough about that because I think my voice is ready for rest. I could feel it starting to kind of give out. So thank you for listening to me yap about my 2025 goals. Hopefully, we're able to complete most of these goals. I do have them written down, so at the end of the year, we could probably revisit these and then see what I completed and what I didn't do. Or maybe there's a reason why I didn't do something. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any goals that you would like to share for yourself, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'd love to see them, even if they're not K-pop related. Go ahead and put them in, and hopefully you complete yours as well. But I am gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to bed. It's kind of getting late. So you have a good day, good night, good morning, and I'll see you next time. Bye.